I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right.
It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment, and a hotel, you know what I mean? This here, right here, is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
my camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be glorious.
We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The week of Passover is packed with exciting events, hosted by the I.S.U.P.K. and Commanding General Yohanna. On Tuesday, a deep-sea fishing trip with the generals. Arrival and boarding time at 7:30 a.m. The boat leaves at 8 a.m. sharp. Then on Wednesday, April 13th, join us for the annual lamb slaughter from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., making sure the children of Israel have fresh lamb for the Passover. Then, after that, the I.S.U.P.K. is having a fish fry from 4 p.m. until, which will lead to the scripture breakdown class with General GEN.YAHANNA. Then, on Thursday morning, Hebrew Academy participants will see if they have what it takes to endure the Hebrew Academy trials. Commanding General GEN.YAHANNA has something special lined up for the children with a children's party from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Come join Commanding General Yohanna on Cocoa Beach as we renew our oath unto the Lord.
Because he's supposed to understand the power of the Most High that would destroy him and will destroy him. Real soon. Read.
That assuredly, knowing unto what oaths they had given credence, they might afterward be of good cheer.
You hear that? They was of good cheer. Came an oath with the Lord as one. And became of good cheer while tens of thousands of Egyptians died. I know y'all don't like to talk about this, but you better put this war spirit back in you, Israel. You better get that spirit back in you, man. You better get that spirit of warfare back in you, because the Lord will put blood on the streets of America and around this world, brother.
Followed by a hotel ballroom, all black and Hebrew Academy dinner from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then on Friday, April 15th at 5 p.m., join us for the Lord's annual Passover as commanded in the Scriptures at 5 p.m. sharp. On Saturday, April 16th, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's right, we're going to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Commanding General Yohanna has it all lined up for you, Israel. Come keep the Lord's Passover. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, y'all Bashim Eshah Brakatan, y'all Shamalatan Bashim Eshah. Hey, listen, check this out. Commanding General Yohanna will be teaching the class live on Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. Listen, he's going to be breaking down the Feast of Purim as it was meant to be broken down, you know what I mean? Listen, the Feast of Purim is a very important part of our lives as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Commanding General Yohanna is going to be breaking it down all the way flat for all people, you know what I mean? That's Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. It's going to be 41 Garrett Road, Upper Darby, PA. You know what I mean? You can't miss it. We're going live. Join us, Commanding General Yohanna.
Home of the truth, the original zone, 1969. The game is afoot. Let's get it on.
We invite all our brothers and sisters to come down, man. Come down and enjoy the Feast of Purim with Commanding General Yohanna as he break it down. Shalom. Hey, shalom, y'all Bashim Eshah Brakatan, y'all Shamalatan Bashim Eshah. Hey, listen, check this out. Commanding General Yohanna will be teaching the class live on Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. Listen, he's going to be breaking down the Feast of Purim as it was meant to be broken down, you know what I mean? Listen, the Feast of Purim is a very important part of our lives as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Commanding General Yohanna is going to be breaking it down all the way flat for all people, you know what I mean? That's Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. It's going to be 41 Garrett Road, Upper Darby, PA. You know what I mean? You can't miss it. We're going live. Join us, Commanding General Yohanna.
Home of the truth, the original zone, 1969. The game is afoot. Let's get it on.
We invite all our brothers and sisters to come down, man. Come down and enjoy the Feast of Purim with Commanding General Yohanna as he break it down. Shalom.
take a second, we reflecting with the light, but this the life, I fucking love it. Wouldn't trade it to be white, nah, that's alright. I got to write it, birth the devil's redefining work.
Someday you'll pay the price.
No, I don't break a fold, I need and bake the dough, then recreate the flow. They think they making though what they forsake is so essential. Over lentils, get your issue. Guess who's on this instrumental with you? Gives a damn if we was family, view unread and call it spam. I'm not a fan of Antichrist, they slayed the man, I swayed the Tim like here I am, the son of Sam is taking shot to David Berkowitz. Pussy. A different discipline existed in this New York state of mind. Say since not not the actor, but the year we's ever not one thing in mind to grind until this gavel turned his words to mirth from Babel. Since 69, I follow protocol. This kingdom built on God bones, so I can't love Esau, and I can't fuck with y'all. I ain't gotta say it twice, you vouching for the enemy, but
Someday you'll pay the price.
look, my father ain't have a father cause of dope. I'm anti-politics cause Christ died from a vote. How the richest nation locked the homeless up for being cold. How ironic they relating smoking weed to getting stoned. You trim your ways and seek they love. I'ma bring this sword back wet with a vesta dipped in blood. Niggas giving up when they don't even give enough. Going nowhere fast, niggas always in a rush. I give them love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. No way I can serve another God. I give my love cause my brother's lost. Christians eating, watch they brothers starve. I can't serve another God. Cold-blooded.
Hey, Shalom, y'all Bashim Yashar Brakatah, Yashim Malatan Bashim Yashar. Hey, listen, check this out. Commanding General Yahanna will be teaching the class live on Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. Listen, he's going to be breaking down the Fist of Purim as it was meant to be broken down, you know what I mean? Listen, the Fist of Purim is a very important part of our lives as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Commanding General Yahanna is going to be breaking it down all the way flat for all people, you know what I mean? That's Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. It's going to be 41 Gorret Road, Upper Darby, PA. You know what I mean? You can't miss it. We're going live. Join us, Commanding General Yahanna.
I.S.U.P.K, home of the truth, the original zone, 1969. The game is afoot. Let's get it on.
We invite all our brothers and sisters to come down, man. Come down and enjoy the Fist of Purim with Commanding General Yahanna as he break it down. Shalom.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the verse 48. You will find me on the verse 48. Find me on the verse 48. I do anything to keep my daughter safe. You harm them, you will find me on the verse 48.
They asking why I do it, I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me, I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraphs or forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to give salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that, long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take, still my fate, I do anything to keep my brothers safe, I'm putting food on my daughter's plate, you fucking losers, y'all just can't relate, you harm them, you will find me on the first 48, I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me, kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly, respected by men with honor up on their names, you harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. You're hearing me good?
Yeah.
Most High in Christ. Let's get it in. Another Saturday night on the Black Watch. You know what I mean? We're here. Heavy hitters. 9 fact down there in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Give it up. We are Captain Ashafarium running over Puerto Rico and everything Espanol. You know what I mean? I have Kazak Ahmad here with me on the side. Also, I think Kahan coming through shortly. Captain Gadal and Tazariak might come on through tonight as well. You know what I mean? Holding it down for man in GEN.YAHANNA. You know what I mean? Hardest working man in Israel. You all know how he do. You know what I mean? Also, General Haas, who usually be on with us. You know what I mean? Again, a little feedback.
It could be from me. Let me see if it's me.
Might be. Okay. I'm not sure. You too hard? Nah, I ain't hearing nothing else. It's too hard. Nah, it's a little bit. It's a little bit. You might have to get headphones or something. Yeah. I think it's when I talk. It might be your speaker coming back.
Okay.
Because you have it open so you could hear, but it's picking up on the mic.
Okay.
Or when anybody talk. You know what I mean? But this the wild. Yeah, man. A lot has been going on in, the fall of Babylon, boy.
That's right.
A lot, boy. Now I come through that Chris, but because if this mic ain't sounding like that, I don't want this shit.
So one time?
Nah, I say your mic come through real crisp. Because I have a mic here. If we ain't sounding like that, take that back to Toys R Us. I want the real deal. All right. So, because I was just telling him about some woman get raped in the metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
She get a virtual raping. So lucky. Listen, I apologize for laughing. Rape is a serious thing for sure. But this thing here, how they say it in the UK, got to be taking the piss.
Right.
You in the metaverse, you get raped. You could pull it. I think we could start off with that one just to show how ridiculous these oppressors. And this is our oppressor, right?
Yep, sir.
These oppressors, this be. I don't think this one on the list, Akim. But for sure, he was just telling me about it because I was telling him yesterday too. I read some woman got raped in first class on a plane from Jersey to London. First class, a real TV shit. Like she met the devil waiting in the airport. Two of them talk, two of them in first class, and you know them international planes. That first class is really a bed. It's a little small, like them twin bed you're sleeping in college or something.
Yeah,
it's one of them little things, and they get a ton of liquor and stuff. By the time the plane lands, she disheveled and tell the cops he was all over.
Oh,
it's like, well, goddamn. I'll take economy, thank you. I'll take economy. I'll take the cheap seats.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had the other one?
Yep, couple cards, sir.
Good.
Mother alleges she was virtually groped and attacked inside Facebook's metaverse.
Yikes.
A British mother recently came forward with accusations that she was virtually groped during an attack by 3 to 4 male avatars inside Meta's metaverse. Nina Jane Patel, 43, wrote in a Medium blog post in December that within 60 seconds of joining a lobby inside the metaverse created by Meta, formerly known as Facebook, she was verbally and sexually harassed by a group of male avatars. In the post, the mother of 4 recounted watching her avatar get groped and virtually gang raped. She remembered it being so horrible that she was unable to react fast enough.
Yikes. Hold on.
God, sir.
Wait. Okay. Now keep going.
God, sir.
Yeah, unless y'all want to jump in. Please.
I'm still trying to understand this. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this.
Yeah, God, sir.
Listen, there's the problem. When Grand Theft Auto was showing them cops beating, black men.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that was no issue.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had the brother with the little wife beater and he walking all funny. But then the cop will pull up and crack his head.
Right.
And see what, see the oppressors, the so-called Caucasian walking past and watching them.
Right.
That wasn't a problem.
Right.
There was no outcry. They're going to make a law about this shit here.
Yeah, God, sir.
There was no outcry. But now she is expressing shock and awe, and this thing make the news about, she watch her avatar, which is a fake being, get groped and gang raped. You know what I mean? So like, I asked Sister Tazla, she said, can't you just leave the room? Like, can't you just, log out so they could just rape and grope air? There'll be nothing there if they just unplug yourself from the matrix.
Right,
and that's what Neo and them used to do, right?
Sir.
The shit get hot, they go for the telephone, you know what I mean?
Sir.
They go straight for the telephone and be like, and they go through the phone.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like he reads her.
Good.
Patel claimed the avatars touched her avatar, which she said resembled her in real life inappropriately while they took pictures and made crude comments. It was surreal. It was a nightmare, Patel wrote. Patel told Newsweek she tried to report and block the individuals responsible, but everything happened so quickly she was unable to report it. It was so unpleasant. I just needed to exit in order to end it, as they were yelling such profanity at me, she said. She wrote that although it occurred virtually, she responded as though the assault happened to her in real life. Virtual reality has essentially been designed so the mind and body can't differentiate virtual/digital experiences from real, she wrote. In some capacity, my physiological and psychological response was as though it happened in reality.
Okay, well, hold on. So she's saying the virtual reality is designed so that the mind can't tell what's real or not. But what about reality?
Right.
Where we can't tell is this, black people be walking around thinking you in the damn Truman Show because the racism is so much part of this damn empire.
Right.
You be thinking that this is a whole plot and you and Jim Carrey, you are Jim Carrey and the whole world against you. You get extra paranoid.
Right.
You think, you think everything because the racism so goddamn thick. Like, what about reality, the real life violations that take place? Like, that has to be, the oppressor's problems.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, this is not a stab at any sister who ever went through that type of trauma and violation. This is definitely not a stab at that.
Right.
But I think this here is complaining about it there is definitely making a stab at any sister or brother who went through this thing.
Right.
Because you're talking about a video game.
Concert.
Right.
You're talking about a goddamn video game. And what you want to do now? Press charges? So who gonna get arrested? The avatar or the person behind the computer?
Right.
But they show how much privilege they want and have to and need.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey, Salaki, so that last name, is it East Indian?
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm just trying to make a real life comparison, right? And aren't they suffering a lot of rape of East Indian women in East India?
Yeah, that's down near the culture. Remember, rape is the heathen culture.
Right. So now, this woman right here up in this metaverse, who knows if those are other East Indians doing the virtual rape?
It could be. It could be other ones. It could be the oppressor. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like to make a big deal of it, as if this, that's happening in society to real life women,
right,
with real life cuts and bruises and busted lips and all that type of stuff,
right.
You know what I mean? But no, go ahead, Salakia.
I was going to say, Captain, the Lord knows, right, how many of our sisters that have gotten raped by the oppressor in uniform, and nobody gets to know about it, or on the regs, and nobody knows about it, And
exactly.
An incident in virtual reality, like, what do you expect to happen in virtual reality? It be roses and parades in virtual reality, like. It's just a platform where people who have vices are gonna perform what they normally would do. It's like when the internet came out, everybody thought it was gonna be innocent until it got flooded with a whole bunch of pornography sites,
right?
And all other kinds of stuff. What do you think that the metaverse that wasn't gonna happen? You have to be foolish thinking that wouldn't happen, because that's what it's designed for people to have their own world where they can feel comfortable. Of course, rapists and sexual deviants are going to get comfortable in the metaverse. There's like, come on now.
Right.
Definitely. I think that feedback coming through now. Yeah, man.
Man, y'all about to be it's like, sir, on my internet, it's real low.
It might be. You coming through strong though.
Okay, 1 second.
You coming through strong. You know what I mean? You need a minute again?
if I may, sir, too.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, like, sir, and I was when I first read this story, sir, it just confirmed and reaffirmed that the real priests and prophets of the Lord are only in the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna. Because I remember Commanding General Yahanna and General Muhammad saying about when we first heard about the news of the so-called metaverse. I remember both of them saying this is just going to be another place for us to be oppressed and to be reminded that we're niggas. And if this woman right now saying she was raped in the metaverse, now in my mind, the next thing that's going to occur is brothers now being their avatars, I guess, being falsely accused that, they raped these women in the metaverse. So now, I don't know, we already get put in Facebook jail for speaking the truth. So I can imagine now, now you gotta sit in prison. Your avatar got to be in prison in the metaverse, and whenever you put your headset on, all you see is bars in a cell. You know, like that's like goddamn, like be a nigga in the universe everywhere. It's a lot.
You rush it home. You grab a beer. You put the headset on. Is the CEO with the baton across the damn bars. Listen, they're gonna put you back in slavery in the metaverse.
They can't.
Listen, your account, how they restrict your account?
Yep.
You're gonna go to your account to like a picture, and you're gonna be in a field picking cotton. You're gonna be in a field picking cotton now.
Yikes.
Yo, you can imagine also, Captain, that it's like General Muhammad said, we want to hear that constantly from the oppressed.
Say that again, Ash?
I was saying, we're in the metaverse, we constantly gonna have to hear that word, nigga, like Justin Bieber said. We're gonna hear that to the upteenth power, and black people, the Hispanics, we gonna us Latinos, we're gonna hear spick, wetback, spick, beaner constantly. You know what I'm saying? beaner. Yeah, and there ain't gonna be no restrictions, no nothing, But minute we say the truth, then, like as you said, then we'll be in the metaverse jail, probably getting metaverse raped, probably getting metaverse used, and all this other nonsense.
Right.
Yeah. You so right. I remember this the episode here. I'm gonna post the link if anybody want to go back and watch it. The timestamps is in the description. I'm gonna post it in the chat. But that metaverse episode of Black Watch, you'll go check it out because that's for sure. You have a good memory with it. I distinctly, as you bring it up, remember the general saying how this is going to be a place for more sex, more perversion.
Right.
Yes.
A whole ton of just nasty shit that you did just freedom to do. And this woman, she going, I don't know what she thought she was gonna do. Take a walk. I don't know. She thought she went in the metaverse to take a walk. She thought she coming in somebody groping, feely, touchy, Epstein up in there, Ted Bundy up in there. Everybody up in there.
Right.
But now, listen, we come on and say this oppressor is the devil. This same Patel, I think his name is Patel, right? Some Pakistani is going to have a problem with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you heathens need to understand that if you want to live in your culture and society in safety and, relative prosperity, and I say relative prosperity, you would support the Israelite school of UPK be in charge of this entire earth.
That's right.
Because nobody getting groped in here. Reality, in the metaverse, in the universe, in the Spider-Verse, it don't matter which verse you're talking about.
Right.
Nobody getting groped up in here. Nobody getting violated up in here.
Right.
The sexual deviancy, it stops at the door.
Right.
Any type of deviancy, any type of indiscipline, which is what it really is, stops at the door. But you so plugged into this oppressor's world, the same Pakistanis or whatever in England, they would get violated on the streets too from them oppressors.
And I'm not gonna ask you what nationality this person was for real.
Right. Yep.
She is East Indian.
Yeah, I think Pakistani from usually them British people in Britain, when you hear them have them names, Patel and them type of thing, they're Pakistani usually. But for us, they, we consider them all Elam, East Indian, East India, But to them, it's a difference. But to us, it's.
So she told you it would have been different in the meta world. She told the East Indian man he just gonna forget. He just want to be in that world with no rape.
Listen, she told it up in an Indian movie where they're running through the damn fields and picking flowers and hiding behind the tree. Hi. And you know East Indian movie where they're doing all kind of, and the nigga holding a car up and giving her flowers. She thought that would have been in the metaverse. She thought Krishna and the elephant and Hanuman would have been there to save her. Not knowing, Donald Trump rules the metaverse. Grab them by the PUSSY.
Right. Yep.
That's what rules the metaverse, boy. Like, that is insane, bro.
Yeah, rough.
That is insane. Like, she ain't gonna never put on that virtual mask again. That's the end of that.
You saying that she gonna be scared to go wherever, because if she getting dealt like that in the metaverse by her own people, guess what? In reality, you know what I mean, she gonna be scared.
Yeah,
that's why she pissed off with what went on in the metaverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was heat nonetheless. Whatever.
That's the culture. Still, I can go there.
I was gonna say, did you imagine what came out of her mouth? Was like, oh my gosh, I never expected this to be like this. I thought it was like The Sims.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you, y'all could go ahead and support Zuckerberg and Bezos and what's the Tesla dude name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. I'm trying to tell you, all them Negroes look like they have some children tied up in the basement. They all look weird as shit.
Yeah.
They all have it. That Elon Musk, he looked like he was the dude who put the red ball in Ving Rhames' mouth. He looked like that would be him in the movie. He just have that look on him, like after a hard day of electricity, he goes down the basement and goes down there and say, "It puts the lotion on its skin. It puts the this in the that." What does it say? He go down there and do some horrible stuff. Like, that's what you get for supporting this damn empire, man.
Yep.
Like, you support this empire and you pay your good money, you pay an internet bill, you bought the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
You going up in there thinking you're about to have a whole, Delta Pagal High and Bollywood and, Amelia, come here. But we a hate group. And we this and we and listen, I'm living in the real verse, in these verses. I'm living in these verses. The hell with the metaverse. I'm living in the verses the Lord put.
Right.
And listen, rape is punishable by death in there.
Right.
That's right.
It's punishable by death in there. It's absolutely punishable by death.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know what I mean? These heathens are off the chain, man.
It's like if I add just something else to it, sir. Also, too, I taught a class on it about 2 months ago, sir. There was also an article that said how artificial intelligence that does the facial recognition, they said they were confusing black people with gorillas and monkeys.
Yikes.
And it's just to show you those implicit biases that exist in reality are going to be carried over into these so-called new spaces and platforms in the metaverse. So it's like for any of our people that think this is a new, for those of us that's socially challenged and you scared to holler at sisters in the real world, or you scared to talk to people in the real world, and somehow this is your safe space, you are going to find out that you're going to be discriminated and you're going to be treated just like a nigga in all these so-called safe spaces that are not going to be safe for you, because the people that create these spaces hate us. They hate our people.
Exactly.
And so they put those biases into the technology that they create. And I just was like, I read the article and I was like, well, damn, I don't know how they can mistake us for gorillas when we don't even look like no goddamn gorillas. If anything, our oppressors look more like,
more like the primate. More like the primate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially when it's had to get up in age and that sag started to show up on the face. Looking like a kneecap.
It's a kneecap. It's like
Your face a wrinkle. That's why that Botox so damn popular with them. It's a lag. Every all the way down. They put in everything in their skin to get our shit smooth. They go, and that's what's going to happen. This metaverse is going to be a place to fulfill your wildest, whatever.
Yep.
It's going to be a place for that, and you know, eventually, that's going to cross over into reality. As this place fall, you ain't gonna have to go online to fulfill your wildest dreams.
Right.
You could just walk outside and do whatever, which is what, you know, Make America Great Again was.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could just walk outside and do whatever. I don't know if you could just segue right into this one here. Yikes. You know, British man allegedly raped a woman during New Jersey to London overnight flight. February 9th, 2022. This is not, so years ago. This is right after she get, violated in the metaverse. It's ridiculous.
Yo, these heathens, like, good night, man.
And they're supposed to have like some cameras in that first class or something like that.
No, they ain't gonna have no cameras because remember they want their privacy. They want to be able to drink and snort the coke up there in peace.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to be able to do whatever and not, have anybody, look at anything. It's a closed space. I don't know how much cameras they're gonna have. Yeah, cameras all the way into the plane. After that, you just had to hope the angels taking a record of the shit.
Hey.
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I was just seeing the screen black. Now I thought you was trying to show something and it wasn't showing up.
Oh no. Yeah, it was paused. Okay. Let me see what they say in here.
What?
Oh, is it empty? Is that empty? Nah, sorry. Your call. You could put them outside on my wall. Okay, come. Which one? Come on, put it Put it out there. Okay. Yeah, no sweat. You're early. Like, I mean, brother, this is where they stop with me here. Damn, I hope I ain't skip it. I'm gonna go back to the old thing.
But so it's right? 30,000 feet, man. I've never heard that in my life, man. And I got great.
Say again?
I said rape at 30,000 feet, and I ain't never heard nothing like that ever.
Right.
Crazy, and I ain't never heard nothing like that. That's some all the shit right there. Excuse my language.
Yeah, but I said the people around was sleeping. Then they didn't hear nothing.
Of course, brother. I'm telling you, them planes that go across the pond, they're bigger. It's like they have 9 rows, 3 on either side, and then they have one going down the middle. It's a huge plane. That first class is a full-out bed you in, and that first class can hold 10 or 12 people. So everybody had a little space, and they're sleeping. It's a full bed. Not like a king, but a bed for one person. And you could pull up the TV, you could angle it down. You have your little fridge right there to get your liquor. And they give you headphones. So you could watch the movies because it's an 8-hour flight. So you could watch 3 movies back to back with the headphones on. If somebody over there doing something, they ain't gonna stop it. They ain't gonna, hey, what you doing over there? Ain't nobody doing, and it ain't close. It's not. Listen, it's a different world. I'll take my economy. I'll take my economy tickets. Like they up there in the little, in a little zone, brother, in a whole little zone.
Right. But I should show you them rich men and them. You know what I mean, them rich men have all the money in the world, but you know what I mean. The biggest deviants, on the planet.
No morals. No morals at all.
Good night.
Salakia.
Goodbye.
Did she scream or anything like that?
I don't know. They ain't say nothing.
When the witnesses?
They ain't saying. They ain't saying nothing. Remember, okay.
How much I describe it? It seemed as if whatever is going on, people minding the business. They had a headphone.
Yeah. They ain't messing with each other. They ain't messing with each other. Like you had to walk through this shit to see it. Like that first, and it's 2 first class they be having on that. They had the regular first class, and there's something called Polaris on the same United airline. And Polaris is something else. Like you in the metaverse, in the up in the sky. Like whatever you do in that little cubicle is like a little cubicle, but it's a bed. It's like you could sit in the chair and then you could recline the whole thing out. And you in there, and that's that. Now, shit, in this society, a woman screaming, you damn near had to lower the bar for them because they're so immoral. For us, we train our young daughters to scream, to kick and scratch. Let him rape a corpse, which is why the truth is so precious. Like in here, you are trained to fight and not just let the shit happen.
Right. That's right.
You don't just let the shit happen. Like they like to talk about Flight 81. You remember the movie Flight 81?
Remember Denzel?
No, not Denzel. The one where they made the movie about the flight with the passengers that fought back the terrorists on 9/11.
Oh, Flight 93.
Flight 93. They made a movie saying these passengers and they took over the plane.
Yeah.
Well, where the hell was the heroes? Where was Where was anybody checking on anything?
Constantly.
You know what I mean? Like it's damn near at a lower the bar. She did not want it, and that's the point. Whether she screamed back or not toxic. Fuck all that shit. Yeah, I mean, but for sure, he was putting down some game in the lobby because it said what is I'm trying to find the part where they was drinking and having fun. They was drinking and talking, waiting on the plane. The man and the woman were apparently strangers, but had been chatting and drinking together earlier in a lounge area. And that's how it is in them airports. Like they have a section, them first class people have a section you could go and get a full out massage before the plane.
Good night.
It's a whole, like when you're walking through the airport, they have them restaurants and booths. They have a section that's for them members. So while you're waiting on your plane, you could go in there, charge your laptop, get a full out massage, sit in a chair that is vibrate, have somebody coming with a gun. So who knows if he done slipped her a Mickey, probably Bill Cosby her behind.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, exactly. KJ, the designer, he said he probably slipped her something, which could definitely be it.
Yeah.
It could definitely be it. It could definitely be that. He probably met her there. She's like, I always get nervous when I fly. Well, here, I don't like the takeoffs. I get nervous when I fly. Yes, don't worry. Here, drink this.
What's the pills called again that Bill Cosby was using?
Quaaludes. The
Quaaludes. Slip or a Quaalude. See you in the morning.
He slipped on the Quaalude. And they would be the first people to say don't talk to strangers. What about that?
Right.
Yeah.
In the same airport, they would look at me and you coming through there like he would do me something.
Yeah, sir.
He would rob me. He would do me this. But this, clean face, shaven, tall, European oppressor.
Right.
He is first class. You think he's on them oppressors them women read about in them books. He's always some sailor with some long ass hair. There's one famous one. I forget the name.
Mills and Boons.
Them Mills and Boons type novels, but there's one who he have a name. I forget the name, but they always portray him as those dashing dude with the long hair.
Right.
And you see that and you think you could trust that.
Right.
But these brothers with these, braids, boots, and shields coming through the airport with the damn, face covering with the big shield here.
Right.
You look at us like we're gonna down the plane.
Right.
I know you wish we was on that plane with you that night.
Yep.
I know you wish we was right there to yoke him up and then pin him to the damn floor and save your goddamn life because your life is destroyed now.
Right.
Yeah.
Your life is absolutely destroyed now because you done. You know what I mean? No, not them, not the Tom Cruise and the Brad Pitt. Those are Fabio. That's the name right there. Fabio. Fabio. Let me see if I can have a picture of the Fabio. That's the name right there, brother. Fabio. Fabio is a character in the older generation's metaverse. The older generation, they had a metaverse in them books, them novels, you know, the daytime dramas. That Young and Restless Victor, Victor was in the metaverse. Good night. They sit down there with that broom sweeping the house, and Victor come on the screen. You know, Victor looking like an old mafia boss. He come on. Well, so and so and so and so. You know what I mean?
Captain, in the Latino world,
that's him, right? It's like, yeah, go ahead.
I said in the Latino world, be Enrique.
Let me see if I get it wrong.
Captain, but this also a good lesson. Two things, right? That's so beautiful about the I.S.U.P.K. and we teach our kids to, you know, when the situations like that, especially for our daughters, to scream and run and tell somebody. You know, and the sister Tazalai, you know, said that right there. You know, saying that's the beautiful part. But to the Christians out there, that's why we should train our daughters. Don't smile at every fool out there, because guess
that's
what?
Right.
Puts your defenses down. Like I try to show my daughter, you know, don't trust everybody. Just because they seem friendly, don't mean that they are friendly.
That's
right.
Friendly,
if they don't look like me, if they don't look like them niggas you see coming in this house, the brothers. That's how they know. Hey, the brothers is here. The brothers is here. If they don't look like the brothers,
that's right.
Keep it moving.
That's right.
Let's keep that shit moving.
That's exactly what I be saying. They're not like brothers in the UPK. I don't give a damn how much they smile at you. Don't trust them. But the smile don't mean that they friendly, that they likable, that they approachable. Because that can be definitely a trap. Unfortunately, in the Christian world, that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know with us Puerto Ricans, I'm pretty sure other Latinos, I'm pretty sure other West Indies, but in Puerto Rico, we say no enseña diente a cualquier pelagato. You know what I'm saying? Like don't show your teeth to any cat out there. You know,
right?
Because you never know what you're gonna end up with. You know what I'm saying? That's what's beautiful about the truth. Because we give our kids a safety net.
That's right.
Through the scripture, we give our kids the right thing to look forward to. And if, like you said, if they ain't looking like us and they ain't rolling in our spirit, don't deal with none of them.
Yep. And this is the other thing too, Ash. Like as you say, how we bringing them up with the morals. Like, okay, you remember for in not just across the board, you have the different categories of rape. Let me put it like that.
Yeah.
You had the whole hit them over the head, beat them into submission. Then you have this thing here, which is like almost like a date rape. But he obviously done get her drunk and you know play on her. But once again, the morals of the thing, because you know what his defense gonna be? She wanted it. She was drinking with me, she was having fun, and she's gonna be like, I don't remember nothing. But nigga, you got to be some slimy, nasty thing to meet a woman in an airport. You know how much people sleep in the airport?
Right.
Like literally just sleep in the waiting room. Right. They never leave. Whenever they come off a plane, they don't ever walk through, you know, to go to baggage. They just stay there, go to the bathroom, come, and nobody would check on them because you assume they're waiting on a flight.
Right.
Yeah. And you meet some woman in the airport and you decide to stick your rod in there. You don't know her from Adam. You don't know if she just came to America to make some nasty old, you know, some movies with horses.
Right.
You don't know what she here for. But you want to have sex with her. Like in here, we got that morals.
Right.
We'd have to take 6 months worth of flights for us to even consider that shit. Like that's the other side of this thing here. They're so goddamn immoral.
Right. You're
so goddamn you so thirsty for this one night stand, the Mile High Club, all that nasty bullshit that be coming through this damn empire.
Right.
Like that should have to get flushed down the toilet.
That's right. So like, if I could, like two things you said was so heavy. Like I'm thinking about how Esau is. Like that grab. Remember what Donald Trump said? Grab him by the, you know.
Yeah.
So that's like the spirit of the white man. Also, like they try to push the propaganda like black people and Hispanic people are base people or over sexualized and all that. When they think of sex as casual, nor regular. Like you said, one night stand. That's who they are. You get what I'm saying? Like he just met this woman and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna put my rod in there. Like no problem. You know what I'm saying? Like Like you said, like he ain't know her from nothing. And you know, we can't do like that because we can't do nothing like that. We'll get a curse. We'll get a STD, a HIV, something.
Brother,
you know what I mean? We do something like that.
I playing with crash with one of us on there. You up in the heavens. It's in that type of damn, violation.
Right.
Boy, the Lord would down that plane and you alone would die.
Right. Exactly. Concert.
Yeah, I mean, you alone would die. That's before we go. This is Fabio in the metaverse here, boy. When you don't see the picture, you're going to remember them from them novels. This is the Fabio, So he walk in there with the old chiseled face and this and that, and these images be actually sodomites, but they make the woman love these type of images because the image of what men look like how we rock the beards, the braids, the masculinity. They don't want that because that means. If you have him around, I can't rape you.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But Fabio, let the raping begin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Let the raping begin. Like this is like the more these things happen to these oppressors, is more proof that they should just hand the world over to us.
Right.
Yeah.
They should just hand the world right over to us from the AME shooting with Dylan Storm Roof to this nonsense here. I mean, goddamn, we joking about the metaverse before, and this bro raped in first class on an international flight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we go into court for this dude, something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Fabio look like Caesar Borgia.
Listen up.
That's Caesar Borgia brother right there.
Sexy Caesar right there. Not my Jesus. not my Jesus.
Right.
Salakia.
It's like my face, sir.
Go ahead.
And I remember when we was in Esau military, and I don't know how true this was, but I spoke to people that were high up, and they said there's some truth to this. Word got around that in order for Esau to try to contain and stop so much of the sexual assault and the rapes, that they were putting some type of chemical or medicine in the food that made like us not have a sexual desire.
Lower testosterone.
Yeah, concert. And I remember and I look back and because I remember Cats was asking like, yo, you ain't had this happen the whole time we've been here. You know this, your joint ain't working like this. And they was like, the word got around. It's like, they putting it was a rumor, but then we was like, it might be some truth to this. Like they got to put stuff in the damn food to stop the oppressor from raping everything and everybody, even the men. Like, good night, sir. I was just like
the Bible describe him.
God, sir.
He like a straight up beast, like an animal. When it comes to sex is almost like I have to have it now, no matter what. I don't care. People around, who cares? I'm going to have it. And ain't no pulling him off or nothing. Like he literally had to, kill him or something for him to stop.
Like Dave Chappelle, he had a joke. He had a joke that said he can't get drunk and pass out around white people as they start doing homosexual stuff to him.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like he was like, listen, he said I can't do it. Brown white people, you know what I mean? They start just being gay. When you know what I mean? It's part of their culture. They think it's funny. You know what I mean? They think it's what the boys do type thing.
Suck, Yash, go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick, so I still don't mean to cut you. But you remember some years ago where they passed a law that in the Navy, when they go on a long what they call tours, they're allowed to bring a dog in to have sexual intercourse with dogs.
Yep. That was a real Kazakh looking like what? Night. I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Nice.
I remember. I think they had repealed some sodomy something so they could bring the pets for that. Yeah. Yep. Like
I said, the Bible is straight up call them the beast.
Listen, where's the one in Job?
In Job, we went with them around the animals.
I wouldn't leave them around the dogs.
That's chapter 30, sir.
Job 30? I thought it was 41. With the
when he talks about Esau on the mountains on his knuckles.
Where he foraging down and he would eat the nettles and all them type of things.
Son, I'm gonna get it for you right now, sir.
Yeah, that's it.
Job 30 and 1.
30 and 1. Let me get that, please.
Come on, sir. Job chapter 30, verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Right? That's who we have over us. You understand? That's who we have over us. A people who you can't leave animals around. You know what I mean? You cannot leave animals around, much less, you know, like, okay, you get somebody getting on a flight. You know how much trouble you had to go through for a flight out, especially international, like COVID tests, and get this screening and that, and fill out this paperwork and blah 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 blah. And you go through all of that, and this fool just laying in wait to just violate you on some plane because you are a base human being. Your society is so base, and as you rightfully say, nobody looked around.
Right.
Nobody, nobody found this was, nobody even stopped them to say, you know what, this is a public flight, even though it's first class. There's children here. You can't be having sex.
Right.
Oh, we're not having sex. He's raping me. You get it, boy?
God.
No, I mean, at least somebody.
That's what I'm saying. God, sir.
You understand what I'm saying? Somebody should be like that, or somebody should come and say, sir, you can't do that here. We don't allow these things. But the society is so goddamn disgusting. It's so disgusting, and it's damn near like you turned a blind eye when you would violate us.
Right.
So of course you're trained to turn a blind eye when you getting violated now.
Right.
You understand? You getting violated.
Right.
Like that's.
Go ahead. You could tell that this British man, this probably ain't his first go around with doing something like this.
Nah.
They went back and forth, the British and the United States. Finding some woman he can probably rape, but this time his business came out on the news. Now I wonder why they didn't put his name out there though.
Because once again, he ain't an economy.
Yeah,
he's not in economy. Like on them flights, you can't crack on the flight attendant. That's considered sexual assault.
You
can't, you cannot push up on her. You can't, hey, how you doing? So come back, talk to me. You can't, brother, that's sexual assault. They have that posted all over them things. Be mindful how you handle the flight attendant. Any form of sexual harassment is sexual assault on an airplane.
Right.
So he for sure, I mean, I don't know. This place just had a fallout.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Captain, if I may. Cats like this end up murdering people when they don't get this. Oh, even when they get their sex on, they'll end up murdering people. We've seen it in past history. You go right now on Netflix. There's an account of some guy similar to this who had a fetish for raping women, and after that he would dismember them, he would burn them and do that. It's on Netflix right now. People like that end up doing stuff like this.
Yeah, because it's not about the sex for them.
Right.
It's absolutely, they're chasing something else. That demon is something else. You know what I mean? Let's move on. Let's get away from these deviants. You know what I mean? This, GMS gonna go to the metaverse now. All them purple sodomites and then Mario, I see niggas, they gonna make an account where they could grope every tranny in the metaverse. All praises. All praises.
And in the same breath, you niggas is wrong for saying that.
Listen, remember their leader, Nathaniel, Nasty Nate, said, if your wife not in the mood, take it anyway.
Yo,
you don't need the metaverse, Nathaniel.
Oh boy.
He said, take it anyway. Oh, he said these women too Americanized. He said, oh, I'm not in the mood. Just lay down there and take. I was like, well, goddamn, nigga, hey, you don't want no participation.
Yeah, like yikes.
You don't want
he sound like he.
You don't want to. You go buy some from Amazon. Amazon send you feedback.
Right.
The website send you feedback. You don't want feedback from the broad.
Hey, Salakia, Cap.
He sound like he gonna take some out of the morgue.
Yeah. God.
Salakia. It made me think. It let me think. Like, what else you just take?
Right.
You know what I mean? What else you just taking in there?
Listen, when he put them glasses on and them young boys coming for the purple shirt, I like you and I want you. Now we gonna do this the easy way or the hard way. All praises. All praises. All praises. But don't go get multiple women though. That's nasty. Right. That's nasty. But if you want to take it, yo,
Jesus.
in here we enjoy feedback, ladies.
That's right.
We give us all the feedback. Give us all the feedback. Unless she tells you, no, come take this.
Yeah.
That's rape, Nathaniel. That's absolute rape.
Right.
You're damn rapist. The metaverse. The yikes.
Yikes, sir.
Listen, the NFL, let's change gears a little bit now. The NFL, which is another not slightly, but deviant organization.
Yep.
I read an article saying how they're targeting this brother, where he is, in Colorado. I forget what city he is.
New York. I will call Denver.
I think it's Denver. I think this is the richest Negro in Denver.
No. He. I think he's just a billionaire. They want him to buy the Denver Broncos.
Yo, so he's just a not random, but he's just a certified rich Negro.
Yeah, he could be from Denver, but I just know that he's rich and they want him to buy the Broncos. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Easy brother.
Maybe they available. They up for sale.
Yeah, he's the brother who pay off the student loan for them students. I think either in Morehouse or something like that. He just paid off the student debt for them. I think like 34 million.
Talk before. I think he's slightly like following that whole Trump. You know, them black money people who like Trump's ideas are good.
Right.
Like I think I've seen him talk sometime before. And these guys, I mean, he ain't famous. He ain't, I don't even know his name. Y'all know his name?
Robert F. Smith, sir.
Robert F. Smith. Like he don't even have a name that ringing out, which means these guys, they done amassed a ton of power in the empire and sit back and really literally just sit back. Him, the other bald head dude who was suing NBC to make his own network. Byron. No, before Byron, before he make them, interviews with Breakfast Club. Right. Did we know who he was?
No.
So these men is there, and this just a sidebar for anybody who ever asks the question: how could King James be black? And translate the Bible in 1611, the same time that slavery was going on. This is why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like people always wonder when we bring on King James was black. Well, if he was black and he was a king, why didn't he save us?
Right.
Because niggas who are rich enjoy their money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't give a
Concert.
He pay all the student loans in Morehouse, not people who get evicted.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I know student loans is a goddamn form of slavery.
Right.
I'm not saying, it ain't heavy, but, they're going to be all right.
Right.
Yeah, they stand a better chance.
Yeah.
Right.
They stand a better chance, paying that joint off.
Exactly. There's so many people can't get bail. Like the brother from Khalif Browder from New York.
Yep, concert.
Couldn't get bail for what? $350?
$300.
$300, something slight. Like, this is good. This is good, but
it's just funny that they choose this time because that coach that's suing the NFL, he's black. So he was suing them because they don't give enough black coaches an opportunity to be a head coach. Right. So now they're putting the pressure on the Robert F. Smith guy to buy the team to kind of save face. They're real subtle. They think it's subtle, but it really ain't. We see what you're doing.
Exactly.
Right.
And they're gonna make him in a position where, okay, if he brings more black people in, they're gonna make sure his team fails, like what they was doing with Deion Sanders.
Yep,
sabotage him. Deion Sanders, I think the first game he played, it was a away game. They break in the locker room and steal all his shit. Well, he in the press conference cussing, and he said, "Y'all gotta excuse me, but this is bullshit. We got to do better than this." He in the press conference, you can go look it up. They steal all his shit, robbed him cold. So now they're gonna put him in a position where he gonna, as they say, feel the pressure to bring more black players and coaches or black people in top positions.
Right.
And now if he doesn't, well, what's your problem? You got a black owner.
Right.
And also too, I think the oppressor, he getting scared and all to it. You know what I mean? Black people, you know what I mean, waking up every day. You know what I mean? They ain't coming to the truth, but you know what I mean, they're waking up to the fact that, you know what I mean, there is an oppressor. You know what I mean? And now he trying to like jump in front the bullet. Meaning, if he don't come and get these rich Negroes quick, then what if they break off and have their own league?
Right.
They're already 70% black players.
Yep.
That's who you're coming to watch anyway. You
Right.
ain't trying to, you know what I mean, come and watch, you know, Caucasian run no ball down, you know what I mean? Do the touchdown. You ain't trying to do that. You're trying to walk the table.
Yeah.
It's funny that they do that though. The NFL, like they always try to have a collective bargaining deal with the owners, but the owners just kind of spit at them. You know what I mean? They don't want to partner with them. They want to keep them as an employee, and you know what I mean. And they the owner, you're their worker. You do what I say. But they keep coming a year, like every 4 years. Is always trying to have a collective bargaining deal. They just like they'll do some things, but it's still like, nah, we can't. We're not gonna be partners though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. I mean, let me see if we could get some of what was said here.
Piggyback over that, if I may.
Yeah,
It's
go
also,
ahead.
if I may, also what Captain Goodall said, it's so right. And in addition to that, is because they don't never want to see black people be smarter than them. You know, like to them in their mind, black and brown people, there's no way they could be smarter than me. I did everything on this planet. It's impossible how somebody black or brown can be more creative than me, more what's the word I'm looking for? Engineers. Huh?
I said just better.
Yeah. At everything. That they don't want that. They don't want that to be the narrative in their existence. But unfortunately, there's a power greater than them that's going to prove to them black and brown people are way better than you, way better than everybody. Get out of that.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see if we get some of the article on what it's saying here. This might just be music. Well, he is the richest one.
The richest black man in America.
Mm-hmm.
Never even heard of him, sir.
Never heard of this dude.
Right.
Go to show you, man. Black people got money. That ain't never the problem.
Yeah.
Exactly. Facts.
Listen. Look at the picture of the show where he's reluctant to bid. Like even that is so much pressure because the average Israelite who's watching football is going to want him to buy the team.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't care about the politics. They want the team to win and to have something. Yeah, something we own.
Right. Hey, Cat.
Go ahead.
If I could too, like the reason it's not because he's the richest. It's really because they already vetted him. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
they already know what he about. They already know what he on. He ain't like revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Like this cat is vetted. He's with the system. He probably partners with them in so many other things. Right. You know what I mean? Like that's why they want to bring him on. He's just a black face.
Right.
I think I've seen him talk at some college thing before. His face.
Yeah, that the Morehouse. I think you see him.
It might be. And they was asking him certain things, and he started talk about the business thing and what Trump is doing and what we have to do. Like damn near take race out of it. Like that's how he started talking. I'm like, this guy here. He like how Byron Allen is.
Yep.
Byron Allen would talk that race thing just enough to get power.
Yep.
But really, he's just like them. It's just like Byron is really Kanye without the medication and the mental issue.
Yeah.
Like how Kanye West is, like he wants to get into their table and sit in their circles.
Right.
Like Byron Allen is the same way.
Yep.
And he's saying whatever, and they want to cut us out, and we want to do this and we want to do that. But the thing in his bed that giving him feedback is an oppressor.
Exactly.
So we already know the role he going, and this guy, I think I know his face. I can't remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they say that Byron Allen dude, they say they don't think he had enough money to even buy the Broncos. But this dude, they're trying to push hard to get it.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Salakia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Salakia. So I just looked up Robert F. Smith's wife, right? She's a white girl as a playmate.
As a what?
It says billionaire Robert Smith marries Playboy playmate Hope something.
Oh man,
What's his name? Robert F. Smith.
Robert Smith.
Yeah, Robert F. Smith. He married a Playboy playmate, white woman.
Hope Dorosky sis.
Yeah, you see.
He went Russian on us, Akio.
God.
He went Putin. He went and got the vodka.
I couldn't say her name. I was like, something
ain't right. The Gaddafi is like, something ain't right with this one here, boy. Let me see if you get a good ass picture of she's a playmate.
They got kids and all that.
Oh my God!
Yikes!
Like all that money. And I tell you,
he favored Trump because Trump's wife was a playmate as well.
Mm-hmm.
Good night. Come on, brother.
The sexual deviancy, God damn.
Yeah, sir.
Shit, we can't get away from that topic tonight.
Yeah. So like, if I may, like,
Please.
Captain Gaddafi was just saying, like, the only reason why he's being discussed because this cat has been vetted.
He's safe.
He's safe. He's been vetted. They already know where he stands on key decisions. He's been vetted, and that's the only reason why he's in discussions. Like Captain Gaddafi was saying, he's safe. That's it.
Yeah. He looked like one of them. He ain't gonna buck the chain at all. Meaning, he ain't gonna go get all the best black football players and put them on one team.
Right.
He ain't gonna try to go do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He might not even
hire play according to the books.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you need a brother to go in there and just get all the the top black athletes.
Like Deion Sanders.
And win everything.
Right. Like down there, like Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Just take that whole, team and just take them all the way.
Right.
And win everything year after year.
God.
No, listen, if you all look at the room that they're in, like it should tell you. It should tell you a whole lot.
God, sir.
Like, if you could see is, there ain't too much people in the background that look like him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I know they ain't trying to get I.S.U.P.K to buy the Broncos.
Nah. they ain't trying to give that nigga the Broncos. Forget buy. They wouldn't even give it to him.
Right. Hey, shit. Give Command GEN.YAHANNA the Broncos. Yeah, that'll do so.
That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. I could see it now. But not.
Devil. brothers go out there in their war scarves, no helmet.
They're gonna have a podium in the end zone. That's the white man. That's right. That's right. Listen, that devil's gonna lose their mind on. They're gonna know how to watch us play the metaverse because they're gonna be the stars with shotguns.
Them news people
the helmet with the shield on either side. Say again.
I said them news people will be cutting to advertisement right too. We're gonna be right back.
God.
Oh shit!
It's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem with that. Let's get some of the article too before we eat up the time.
Wait, read it, sir.
Yeah, please.
Kawaka. NFL is begging the U.S.'s richest black man to buy the Denver Broncos, sources say. The National Football League is frantically appealing to Robert F. Smith, the nation's richest black man, to buy the Denver Broncos. But thus far, he has shown a reluctance to bid, sources told the Post. Smith, a New York-based private equity tycoon who famously spent $34 million in 2019 to pay off the student loans of the entire graduating class of Morehouse College.
Hold on, wait. One class is $34 million? I ain't sure. I think I ain't sure, but I ought to teach these kids to just cook and invent some type of food, because like this is some bullshit here. One class is $34 million in one school.
Salakia. I think okay, I could be wrong, but I think he means like anyone who graduated.
That's what. Okay, it says the graduating class of 2019.
Yeah.
No, it says in 2019 to pay off the student loans. He just did it in 2019.
Well,
that's
okay,
what I think.
It would be that graduating class for that year.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. So it's like you.
Yeah, please, somebody check. Okay, what you saying? You saying it's just anybody with student loans?
I believe that's what it is. Anyone that was in the year of 2019, he paid off the debt for everyone that graduated from Morehouse.
Well, that's what I'm saying, the graduating class, but that's just one. Remember that graduating class, that's the seniors who leaving.
Right. No, I'm saying anyone who ever graduated from there. That's what I'm thinking.
Check it out. And if it's anyone who ever graduated, that's even more foul, because that means people who already left.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just check it out and see. But if this is what it costs for one class in student loans, brother, like we really need to just separate and go back and just pay the teachers and just go to school for free. Like high school is free. Why as soon as you go to the college now you had to invent all kind of bullshit, and then they make you take all these damn classes you don't need. You don't need none of this shit to do nothing in the workforce. Like some of it is wasting time, but it's definitely a money hustle that's ridiculous. And this is not knocking anybody who's going through it now. Go through it and get your shit and come and bring that money to the nation and pay your tithes and help this nation. But we had to start, for our people, God damn, that money going into their pockets.
Hey, Captain, and them 34 million would have done better to help high school students go to a trade school where they can have something for life, auto mechanics, something that they would have been for life. And those same students who have a trade decided to go to college, but now they have the means and ends to pay for their own education, because through their trade, some of them could have been seamstress, cooks, all of it. That 34 million could have helped a lot of black people with that, And I can understand he's trying to lighten the load, but there's a lot of high school black children who would never get an opportunity to even go to Morehouse.
Right. Right. And this classic example of them. The rich hating the poor. Like he ain't gonna make, money on, that money he gonna spend on brothers in the hood. He ain't gonna get it back. This money he's spending here on these kids, more likely gonna get it back.
He ain't spending money on the kids. He's spending money on the banking institution who give them loan. He give them a stimulus.
Right. Salakia, Cap. That was you correct. That was only for 400 graduating students.
Oh my gosh, it is raping us out.
Damn.
It's like, if I may, just hearing this number, how much they making, it's no wonder that these devils are putting bomb threats into the HBCUs.
Oh my God.
Now that these college perspectives, I want to go to black colleges.
Right there on the head.
It's no wonder. But like, goddamn,
absolutely.
It makes sense
now.
It makes sense now why, hello, this is Howard.
Right.
Yeah, Howard University. Right. Yeah, there's a bomb in the wall across the street.
Right. It's C4 in the bathroom.
Yeah. God damn.
That was only for 400 students. That is wild.
That is ridiculous. And listen, like what Ash was saying is so heavy because, part of that civil rights movement was gearing us to go to college and get these degrees. That took away a lot of the trade from our communities. Because before we would have, more of the trade people, the actual day-to-day life things. And now we don't have that. We always had the doctors and the lawyers and the brains amongst us.
Right.
But you always had your mechanics and your carpenters and your plumbers. Right. And your seamstresses and even back then, home economics and that type of stuff was part of schooling, where the girls would learn home economics, how to manage the home, budgeting, cooking, cleaning. The brothers would go and learn what? The carpentry. Like even that part of the
Metal work.
civil rights movement, they took away all that from us. So now, you have a whole generation, 2 generations after, that just flowing money into these damn people coffers, man. Like that, if you're gonna send your kid to school, if you have plans to, let them run track, let them learn a little football, like make them bastards pay for your child to come to that school.
Right.
Like, don't put yourself in debt, man.
Right.
Don't do it. Like, that's crazy. $34 million that went to some banking institution that really give you metaverse money.
Yeah,
because that loan don't really exist.
Right.
It's like even when you get a loan from a house, they ain't actual $600,000 moving into somebody's account.
Right.
All that shit is on paper. But you put in literal money into their shit.
Yep.
Salakia, sir, like it go to show you. I don't know if you said this already, but like we can't even afford an education.
Nope.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We can't even, like, you talking about 34 million for 400 students. That means these kids went to school on loans and loans and loans throughout their whole college career. You know what I'm saying? And then they accumulates interest. So they slapping them with that too. You gotta be broke to even get a degree. You get what I'm saying? Then you get out there and you can't even get a damn job like that. You starting off, entry level with a degree. While the devil, he's starting off, $20,000 more than you.
And to boot too, you think you're coming out and I don't know if students know, but they're gonna have to pay it back. You know what I mean? And you thinking you're gonna get your salary when they're gonna take a certain percentage out of it. You know what I mean? And you sit, it's almost like we forever in this revolving door of being in slavery and thinking, we live in the American dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oppressed every which way.
Actually, I went and look up what's the rank for the Denver Broncos. There's 32 NFL teams.
They 33.
No, they're not bad, but it down they have them as I think 22nd.
Yeah, they pretty bad.
Yeah, and I said they're trying to give him a Ford. You know what I mean? It's Slovakia for the people who like Ford.
Yeah.
They're trying to offer that brother something, that ain't worth the money, basically. He could be operating at a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're saying if you have $34 million to get these banks, you can have $34 million now. We talking about his dumb Russian wife. The Russians show up. Give Russians all to that. Yeah, you gonna get blocked, nigga. Go to the metaverse with that bullshit. Yeah, like they see how much money he done give the banking institutions. Remember too. Okay, we don't understand how these oppressors really think because we're not free as a people. But remember, they just suffered losses over the COVID. Remember, the stadiums was empty. They make some money with TV stuff, but that stadium money is, that's real money for them. So who knows if this is them trying to just have him sink money into this team, and they're gonna take that money and help the league, all this stuff they had to pay and taxes and whatever. Like they conniving and diabolical with this shit. And this brother here, they let him enjoy America, so now he had to pay his dues.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Hey, Captain, and also too, even if, let's just say if he decided to buy the team, it's never going to be his team.
Right.
He's just gonna be the face of who to blame when the team don't produce. He's gonna be the face when every scandal come out. It's gonna be him. He own the team, but really, he ain't never gonna own the team. So long as it's prosperous, he ain't gonna be the owner. That's just the way America deals with us.
Listen, he better play ball. You see how them Russians did Trump. He better play ball or she gonna start talking.
So like I was thinking the same thing Ash was thinking. When Ash just said that's so heavy, I was thinking the same thing. It's like they're gonna bring them in just to set them up.
Yeah.
Just to set them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't never in it just because the kindness of their heart. That's for damn sure.
Nah,
yeah,
ever.
Because I listened. I think Terrell Owens and some other football player was discussing this whole black issue that going on right now with this black coach. You know what I mean? And there was like these white coaches in the NFL, they at least had like a mentor to, you know what I mean, bring them through.
Yep.
You know what I mean, to teach them the whole aspect of coaching. You see, with the black coaches, they ain't nothing like that. So now you don't have the experience, nothing to even get the job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they say most of the times they just interviewing these black coaches with the, you know what I mean, just because they have to, because there's somewhere in the law that say you have to at least have 2 black coaches in the interview.
Yes.
That's the only reason why they're basically doing it. Now they're trying to scramble around to try and save the face when the NFL racist just like any other sport, just like America. You know what I mean?
So like that's what they did to that. I don't know if y'all talked about it last week, but that black coach, the same thing they did to him. They brought him in for an interview, because they had to do it because of the Rooney Rule. The Rooney Rule, he says, So, but they brought him in for the interview, but they already hired somebody. But they have to they got to execute the rest of the thing just to save face. You know what I'm saying? So what you said is so correct.
Let's not forget NFL to America's National Football League, but really it's nigga for lease. That's what NFL is.
Yes,
Say that one more time. NFL's for America's National Football League, but really it's nigga for lease. That's what that does.
Yeah.
That's what
God
it really
damn.
is.
Shit.
I ain't never heard that one, but damn, that made so much
sense. I just offend the whole offensive line. The whole offensive line looking at each other like, what?
Hey, but them brothers, if you read recent articles, they themselves saying that they know that the NFL is racist. They know it.
Yeah,
of course. But once again, the immense poverty that they have us living in,
that's it.
It's a trade-off. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll be a Huckleberry.
Yep.
I'll go do it.
That's
the
it.
brothers don't want to. None of them want to wear them tights out.
Right.
But they don't practice in them shit.
Right.
They're putting on sweatpants, the shorts, the baggy shorts.
Yep.
They don't, but they do it because there's so much poverty. A lot of brothers who didn't go to college and come from a background, a lot of brothers, that's their way out to help the whole family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody getting a job. You know what I mean? They're going to hire the auntie for this and the uncle for this and the father for this. They're going to help this cousin who have legal problems.
Yep.
Like, it's a way out. So, like, we stuck in a rock and a hard place in the world.
Right.
Now, in the truth, you ain't stuck nowhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for a brother in the world and a sister in the world, like that poverty and the thing they put on the horse, the blinders they put on the horse, like that's how you live in the poverty and the blinders.
Yeah,
you blind and you suffering, and then somebody wiggling some cash in front of you that could change your life. You're gonna do it.
Yep.
You're gonna do it. Like that NFL, brother. It's just we get sidebar for a bit. That NFL is one of the most dangerous sports there is.
Absolutely.
And they never show how dangerous it is. They only show the glorious highlight parts. But if you make it there, you're very fortunate. But coming up, the collisions from 10 years old, 15 years old, that shit messes with your brain, man.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You go for a loose ball, somebody fall on your back, twist out your whole knee, and you were in a brace for the rest of your life. It seems normal, but you sacrificing your body, into damn near like a war.
Yeah.
And there's no real repayment for that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So now for them to do this to us like this, like we should really wake up and make the exodus. Like we really had to make the exodus away from this kingdom.
Come on.
That's right.
You know what I mean? We really need it in sports, in education. $34 million are
ridiculous, sir.
In
400 students.
For 400 students in a loan that don't exist.
Right.
Like the student loan, nobody don't give you no. Like even when you go buy a car, do you ever see a suitcase of money? Say, okay, we'll give you this. Go get this to the bank.
Right.
It's paper. It's a document with zeros on it.
Yeah, God.
But the money you give them is real.
It's real.
But that's a representation of your sweat.
Right.
Your labor, once again, is another way of slavery. It's like sharecropping, corporate sharecropping. Modern day corporate economic sharecropping, where you need me to go there and man this computer or build this site or do whatever, and you give me this paper and I go give this to this person who could drive this car, could live in this house. I got this degree. I have to pay these student loans back. What? The house already built. What you talking about? What you talking about?
God.
That's why it's so. That's why it's so amazing, sir. So like it, sir. But that's why it's so amazing when cats go to college and stuff. They don't even graduate. They just get to know. They learn what they need to get and just get out of there and do their thing. Because they like, man, I can't even afford it. So they just learn what they need to and get on. You know what I mean? Some of them, that's impressive.
It's the height of nonsense. It's the height of nonsense. Like everything in this empire done turned into money, done turned into a business. Like right now, this COVID is a full out business.
Yep.
It's a full out business. I don't know if you saw the article with the Arab who got $124 million from the federal government for doing the testing, for having these testing sites. You heard about that?
I think it sounds vaguely familiar.
This Arab, he got $124 million from the federal government, to do the swabbing. But he's so greedy, and he had a tow company and a donut shop. Him and his homeboy. That's what they had.
And if I could read this for you right here.
Please, go ahead.
Right, this is student loan debt by race, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they say black and African American college graduates owe an average of $25,000 more in student loan debt than white college graduates. 4 years after graduation, 48% of black students owe an average of 12.5% more than they borrowed. You know what I mean? Which lets you know that, we in it, for the how to put it, for slavery.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could put it.
Right.
Yeah. We slaves.
Yeah. But like you only valuable if you get a scholarship doing a sport. You know what I mean?
That's it.
By sprinting, football, basketball, that's when you valuable. But the rest of you niggas, y'all gonna be in debt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So it's a lot, if I may, and like Captain Dawg just said, even those brothers that's valuable, they gotta toe the line. It's a certain they gotta suffer not child molestation, but they gotta suffer sexual assault. They gotta suffer all type of harassment. Yeah, right. They gotta suffer all type of injustices just to even get to that point where it's like now it pays off. So it's like it's still a trade-off. It's just a matter of what are you willing to give up at that point. And I look back, I went to college for one semester, sir, and that's it. And I look back and I had to pay off that damn student loan for years. You understand? Just for that one semester. And I'm just like, surely this is a scam.
For sure.
Scam. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. And like you said, like my pops was telling me he's a mechanic, and his father was a mechanic, and he was like, my pop's father, he only had a 6th grade education, and that man took care of almost the whole neighborhood just knowing how to work with his hands. And like they took away those trades for that very reason, because having a trade, you can create your own economic infrastructure in a sense. You can always make sure you can provide for yourself versus I went to school for damn music, and you know, I don't do nothing in music. You understand? Like,
He lying.
at all.
He lying. He got fire beats. He just
I be hearing the fire
I'll
beats.
put the shit out. I hear some of the shit out. And I tell him to put the shit out because we can use the money to build a camp. But he just want to make these fire ass beats. Sit down there with the little, you know, flashlights and the little red and the blue.
Yeah.
Mic, and that's all he want to do. Bullshit.
Both sides crazy.
Yeah, man. But you so right because okay, without these trades and stuff, like think about how much stuff just repairs, appliance repairs. You know how much money all these industries making because you know the culture is it broke, throw it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know that's the culture. It's broke, throw it out. Like I remember even in the beginning when I hear a car was totaled, in my mind. Engine is out of the car split in two, and then I actually see cars that's total. I'm like, nigga, what?
Yeah, cars.
We is fixing that shit. We is repairing that.
Yeah.
We is repairing that shit. Get a hammer. We gonna knock that shit down. But it's it's so much like we really need to just separate from this whole empire.
Yeah,
separate $43 million. You know what I mean? Right. Any more on this, or we could move on?
Just a little more. Blacks and African American students borrowers are the most likely to struggle financially due to the student loan debt, with 29% making monthly payments of $350 or more. Listen to this good. 54% of all student loan debt is held by white and Caucasian student borrowers.
See?
But which shows you they ain't slave like we slave.
Nah.
You know what I mean? They had a problem, really.
Right. Nah.
You know what I mean? But it was 54%.
Yeah, they're not experiencing the same thing because once again, just like how we have a disparity with the debt, there's a disparity with income and wage.
Yeah.
Household, like the average European household or oppressor household in America, is what, $250,000, 300,000 or something like that. Sir. For us, is under 100. Like we living below the poverty line.
Yep.
On average.
I think it's like 30,000, sir. Like
it's
I
a ridiculous number.
Yeah, it's yeah.
And this is the most mind blowing thing. I'm not saying a lot, but there's a great percentage of us who does the same job these oppressors doing and getting paid sometimes 2 and 3 times less. That's why they tell you don't discuss your salary.
Yeah.
The salary is negotiable. Once you sit there, they assess you and you think you getting a come up when they cutting you short.
Yeah.
How come Jeff always shows up happy and perky and he just went to the Swiss Alps for 2 weeks? he just totaled his brand new goddamn car and paying child support to some old white trash from Ozark. But you struggling. It's because they're paying them more.
Yeah,
they're paying them more. So we could never ever really close that gap. So goddamn, this Robert F. Smith. I'm gonna just play this out here. I think they say he is a Denver native.
Yeah, sir.
That's why they're pressing him. You know what I mean? He is that Denver native. It's a 59-year-old is a Denver native, and would become the first. From the time I hear that, brother, I'm running.
Yeah.
I'm running on this song. Become the first black owner of an NFL team if he purchased the Broncos. Brother, that they running that first game on us since the Maccabee. They get that scripture. That first game. Come be the first. You the first. At 59 years old, brother, there ain't too much first you could, entice me with at 59.
Right.
How could I become the first man to sell a slave on the market? To sell an oppressor slave?
Right.
How could I be the first black or brown or native people man to decide China don't get no rice for a month?
Right.
That's what I want to be the first for.
Right.
To say no, we're not dropping grain for you for 6 months. Well, how will we eat? Figure it out. You know how powerful Pharaoh must have felt when he took away the straw?
Right.
he said, "Well, all right, make the brick without straw." Do that. You know how powerful he had to feel without it, brother. I want that. I want to have that type of power, brother.
Okay, I'm thinking, how cold is that? How cold is that to not give Asians rice?
It's
they are going to commit suicide.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to break them, because you know what? There will be one of them, Moab or Ammon, who will be first to come and
absolutely
apply. And I reward him.
I'm gonna use that one. Lord willing, when I get the opportunity, I'm like, y'all get no grain.
Listen, that's it. I'm gonna use him. He's gonna be. I say, you're a credit to your race. Look at him here. Look at him here, my Asian. Like how Trump said, my African American, my Asian. You know what I mean? And listen, if the country don't get rice, I'm gonna blame him. And if the country do get rice, I'm gonna say, y'all better thank the Lord for him. Thank Buddha. Y'all better, y'all like to play that Buddha breeze. Listen, he's the one you getting rice.
Yep. They might turn him into Buddha.
They're gonna get soy sauce and throw him in the wok. You find it for me? Give me his first Maccabees is like the second or the third chapter. Is right there where just before he killed the dude for the pork with Matthias.
While again, it's like and this is so I mean like a slap in the face too, right? Like you bringing in the first black NFL owner, right? And you offer him a team that is below mediocre.
Yep.
Like offer him one of the within the top 10, within the top 5. Offer him that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But you offering him something way down, way down the line. Nah. You ain't really trying to, help black people. You trying to dig a hole for that brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You digging a hole, and that brother would be foolish to take that.
Listen, right. they just want his cash. That's what it is now. They
foolish to take that.
If I could, they taking the playbook right out of McDonald's when they have when black people get a franchise. They're taking the same playbook with this brother if he does decide to take that team.
Yep, you're right.
They take the McDonald's franchise, give him a McDonald's in the ghetto where they know he ain't really gonna prosper. That's what they tend to do with this guy.
You're right. You're right about that, Ash. You for sure right. That's the Ronald McDonald playbook. You know what I mean? So that's it. Let's get some. We could drop him for now, because I know we the time is for sure going. But I'll definitely want to get Biden's crack pipes. I definitely want to get I want to get some, not so much the crack pipes, but the other thing.
Which one?
They said they announced he was doing there. Right?
For the Afghanistan people?
Yeah, man. I mean, $7 billion. Oh my gosh.
Number 10.
That is ridiculous. Yeah. You haven't?
Yep, Kawakan, sir.
Please.
Kawakan. Biden unfreezes Afghan funds for in-country relief and 9/11 legal fight. President Joe Biden signed an executive order Friday allowing $7 billion in frozen assets from Afghanistan's central bank to eventually be distributed inside the country and to potentially fund litigation brought by families of victims of the September 11th terror attacks. Senior administration.
I mean to cut in on them, but this here threw me off with this 9/11 and reading about Afghanistan. But I'm gonna let him read on.
Like, okay, this is what you gotta remember, right? I'm totally hooked and addicted now to all these end of time zombie movies. I'm watching all the dead, the Walking Dead, the Fear the Dead, Return of the Dead, the Flying Dead, the Raping Dead, the Metaverse Dead, all. Because I'm seeing a lot of how these oppressors think when times is getting hard.
Yeah.
He's stealing all the goddamn money.
Yeah,
That's really right. Joe, listen, they put Joe in there and they think Joe, you know, because of his age and how he talk, Joe is just, you know, he's grandpa.
right.
They go see Papa.
Right.
You know what I mean? Joe is a gangster, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He done put the hurt on France with that submarine deal. That old French. He was sick.
That man belly will be hurting.
Listen, they're so sick. They say this is something not even Trump would do.
Yo, somebody hit you that you're really low in there.
But Joe, he ain't, you know, he ain't care. But this Negro here, he frees the money in their banks, but now he's now letting it go, but saying some of the money had to come to for the legal fight for the app. So Trump said he was going to make Mexico, he was going to build the wall and make Mexico pay for it. Biden making them niggas pay for their own, you know, litigation. Damn near.
No, okay, but if we had a chance to read further down,
come on, yeah, let's go.
You'll see that 9/11, brother. How that 9/11 come in? He's a gangster.
He just put in that there so he could siphon that money in. Joe is the man who meets in your halfway, and he playing stupid. But as soon as you get it from the connect, Joe taking your product and getting your flour. Joe taking your product and getting your flour. Go ahead.
Until I get this is the same position I believe Venezuela is in with England when it comes to the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Which they you know what I mean, them oppressors on them. You know what I mean? They are thieves.
Right. And okay, with Venezuela, I think England actually have the money. But I think the money is with them. It's just he done cut them off. America done cut them off so they can't spend the money. They can freezing their banks, freezing their assets. Right. So they can't do. Let's like what they were doing in drug dealer or anybody with tax evasion or something. They freeze the assets, but now they're gonna unfreeze the funds for in-country relief. And who you think gonna be the relief? Who gonna be the medics on the ground? And you remember after is the Gulf War or the after 9/11, Slumberger and all of them was the ones who was doing the construction back in them companies. Halliburton, Slumberger,
Blackwater.
Blackwater, and then Bush right hand man, I forget his name. He was running the shit. Rumsfeld.
Donald Rumsfeld.
He was running the shit. So now Biden is making sure he taking your money and telling you how to spend it. And say, oh, you need a plumber? My cousin. You know pipes. you know my pipes, right? Yeah. yeah. I've been pipes all my life. How much it gonna cost? $3 billion. These niggas.
All right. God, sir.
And sign a 2-year contract and don't get nothing done to 10 years later.
Right. Listen. They go sign a 2-year contract and be looking for plumbing. Meanwhile, there'll be crack pipes coming in the the medicine kits for the damn drug people.
Y'all come with God.
This is a lot here.
Hey, Captain, if I could say too, though, even though we clearly see what this is, but you see how in their world, the pen is mightier than the sword, right? All it took was an executive order to unfreeze some funds for Afghan, right? Well, it does take an executive order to nullify the Jones Act, but they don't want to do that.
We break down the Jones Act for
okay, but what they don't know, the Jones Act, I'm gonna put it in a simple layman's term, is any product that goes into Puerto Rico first has to be unloaded into a port like in somewhere in Jacksonville from the country of origin onto American ships. Then from American ships off the ports of America, shipped to Puerto Rico. And then what happens is that the United States comes and charges us Puerto Ricans all the fees, all the duties and everything from us. Like America don't realize a great sum of your money come out of Puerto Rico, and this is something that don't ever get talked about. And meanwhile, they hold back us Puerto Ricans on the island. And on top of that, right now we have the Law 20 and the Law 22, which in short lets corporations, people with money, set up their organization, make it sometimes even their headquarters out in Puerto Rico to avoid paying capital gains tax. And by not paying that capital gains tax, what happens to the pueblo, the people of Puerto Rico is that we're shortened. We get the short end of the stick.
Right.
Meanwhile, a lot of them are buying up property in the waterfronts and in public areas, public beaches. They telling us to our face this is private property when it's, the government, this is public space. But they telling us Puerto Ricans this is private property. In our own backyard, we can't get anything because these people have done, once again, came in a new version of conquistadoring. New modern day age version of being a conquistador. That's what we're dealing with in Puerto Rico. But, of course, if America wanted to, they could have gotten rid of the Jones Act.
Right.
They could have, but they ain't. But now, here's another thing I got to throw in the mix. That was, General Obama, he shared an article with me that America will go in and help the energy infrastructure to build that up better. But as I told General Obama, they ain't doing it for Puerto Ricans. They doing it for all these conquistadors, all these colonizers who went into the island and bought up property. That's the only reason why they're going to build up that energy system. Because other than that, they would have never done it. They would have just left it with the energy authority, and that was that. End the story.
They put them in there with who have money, because once again, it's wherever the money could flow, just like what Biden doing here with this this damn money. Like it's wherever that money gonna flow. It puts in themselves in place to just take stuff, you know what I mean? And for sure, like how you say the pen might hit on the sword, but you should listen. To even use that pen, you're gonna have to have some swords somewhere. Like if you don't listen to the pen, somebody gonna step in there and put the hoods on you, and that's how he have them. That's how this beast have all these nations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't have these nations where, that's just how it is. Like they'll pass whatever laws, and if you ain't want to get down with it, you get occupied and beaten and cracked upside your head. It happened with us. You know what I mean? It definitely happened with us. It's like the Lord wrote it in the scripture, but Christ ain't coming back with no pen and paper.
No.
Right.
Christ coming with that army, and if you don't honor what's written on paper, then you're gonna feel. Right. You know what I mean? You're gonna feel it in that day. Right. And boy, they for sure need to feel it, because the shit they're doing is diabolical, especially in this last days here that we experiencing with all these plagues that done bringing them to their knees, boy. Like they desperate now for money, all sorts of schemes and scams, and these devils is hitting licks. Like our brothers would be planning a lick. Like devils is hitting licks.
So like, just for time's sake, let me skip to paragraph 9.
Go ahead.
Where it say, meanwhile,
Sleepy Joe, boy.
Meanwhile, there's an outcry among activists who say allowing any of the frozen assets to go to 9/11 families is wrong, since no Afghans perpetuated 9/11, and the money belongs to the Afghan people who had no role in the attack. U.S. officials have responded to the latter claim by saying that they have an obligation to put this money aside while the 9/11 claimants make their case in court.
Listen, Afghan, Taliban, Pakistan, Lakers in 5.
Yeah.
Joe Biden don't. You said Assalamu alaikum one time. You're a terrorist. Right. You don't care. You got the money.
Yeah, and that goes to show you how they put all of them in one pot. It's like I was
this news anchor from Fox. I think it's Class. No, I forget his name. Yeah, and he was like, you know, what I mean, America left out Afghanistan from these Arabs in sandals and who don't even wipe the butt after they take a dump. I was like, wow. I was like, how these people look at these, you know what I mean, how these Caucasians look at these Arabs. Right. You understand? Like they don't give a damn. To them, one Arab do it, all the Arabs do it. So guess what? This money we have for Afghanistan go have to go to the 9/11. It's your fault too.
Listen, it's okay. It's for sure. It's for sure racist, but this year is about the money, right? This is training day, and he ends up.
Yes,
right.
This is what this is. He's like, you want to go to jail or you want to go home? Right. You know what I mean, news now. Serving a high-profile warrant and so. Right. This is what this is. It's the money grab. You think these oppressors is taking an L for this COVID? Like these is people who would put on tennis shoes and run 10K and 20K marathons until the body hit the wall and fall down and say, I'm fighting cancer. Like you are fighting cancer. Your dog get cancer. That Fido no God gave him cancer. Right. These are people who would chase a hurricane and put something to go up in the dam, not hurricane, the tornado. The storm chasers, because they want to study the tornado. You think if he lacking and you have it, he's gonna let you have it? Right. Oh my God. You got how much money you got? 7 billion?
Yeah.
Come to think about it, there was an Afghan in 9/11. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay. Right. You're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to pay for this. Like these are straight up gangsters you're dealing with, man. Right.
Yeah.
These is absolute gangsters you're dealing with.
Right. Suit and tie.
Suit and tie. These listen, these is the ones who raping them women on that that first class plane.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
With no shame.
With no shame, man. No shame, because they in charge and they gonna understand it, no problem. When in Christ's kingdom, we ain't gonna have to invent no law. The scripture said the gates will be open night and day to bring in the forces of the Gentiles.
That's right. That's right.
You gonna bring it to us. We ain't gonna have to come get it. You gonna bring it on time.
That's right.
You gonna make that drop on time, with no problems, no questions. $7 billion. Like he had to go steal to make his economy float.
Right.
Like America on the verge of collapse, boy.
Yep.
They're on the verge of collapse. Biden know it. He know it.
Definitely. That's just their stimulus package. That's what that boils down to.
That's it. 7 billion. He ain't letting that go. And he gonna do it to other countries, and he gonna do it everywhere. Like this is the time you're really gonna see them, in their full, the full nature, being predators and
So like, hence the scripture said the devil know, but he had but a little time. He's sure as hell turning it up right now.
Yeah.
So let him keep on turning it up until Putin come knocking on that door, like the way he's doing it.
Yep.
Like, I noticed that was weird. At times in camp, we were talking about that. You notice these devils looking at like, oh snap, you could just see in their face. They know that they right there at the doorstep of this World War III. You could just see it in their face because it's in their face all the time. Right now, we're gonna bring out that article, right, sir?
Which one do you want?
The one about when he gave 48 hours to any Americans to leave. What was it?
Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Let's get that one, and we're gonna wrap with that one. That's gonna be the last one for sure. You know what I mean? Like you're so right. Like he know his time short. Like that COVID puts a hurt on them. Like they don't want to admit.
You know, and Joe Biden, the perfect one, because they was calling him Sleepy Joe.
Yep.
And he playing that lamb. Looked like a lamb, spoke like a dragon. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Like even better than Obama.
Okay.
Because that was Obama's stance for a minute. Like he looked like that lamb, but when he spoke like Obama never, okay, in the whole presidential election, you never had a president or candidate get up and say, I'm going to kill so-and-so. Obama got up and said it, and it was shocking. Even you remember Kane, the one who was the prisoner of war with the arm that couldn't raise. He was saying that's not how we talk, even as candidates. But Obama said it. He said, I'm gonna find Bin Laden, I'm gonna hunt him down, I'm gonna kill him. He said it. Biden showing that he got more. You know, he's better at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got it?
Go ahead, sir.
I think let's have a video too. And you want the video or you want the
It doesn't matter, sir. Really. We know. You can read it. You can put the video however you want to do it, sir.
Let me see if you have the video. Let me see if they will say anything worth hearing. Bear with me one. In the meantime, y'all listen, y'all like, subscribe, share this. Y'all remember Monday, Command Gen.YAHANNA going to be doing the Feast of Purim live from Philadelphia, 41A Garrett Road. You know, everybody's invited down. If you can make it, everybody's invited down. You know what I mean? Y'all come check out the General. I'm going to be broadcast live as well, all right? Where we at?
Also, too, if I could, to pay your tithes.
Pay your tithes, man.
Pay your tithes.
Goddamn tithes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna make a t-shirt saying that. Pay your Emma effing tithes.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Flying low over the Ukrainian countryside, this Soviet-era military plane heads toward the border with Russia. We traveled here with senior Ukrainian officials and military leaders to get a sense of the mood and preparations where Russian troops are the closest, near Ukraine's eastern Donbas region. This is I.S.U.P.K, where many of these Ukrainian troops, who are mostly young men, have been fighting Russian-backed forces on this cold and desolate front. They're eager to show us how they've been living and fighting here in a conflict involving Russia that has been largely forgotten, but which has taken over 14,000 lives in the past 8 years, according to the United Nations. Ivan has been here the whole time. Like the other soldiers here, he says they're confident they could face a new Russian invasion.
Of course, we're ready for some bad situation, and we basically wait here.
Do you think that will happen, this bad situation?
I'm not, I don't know, because I don't know what is the head of the guys in that territory.
But for you, the war has already started.
Of course.
We're taken to the farthest point forward, where sandbags and tires are piled high. Then, so there was just a burst of what sounded like automatic gunfire. We are just 70 meters, we are told, from the fighters on the other side of the front line. We're rushed away, our escorts keen for us to see what happens, but not too closely. Hearing this gunfire and being so close to this front line, you can't help but think that even if diplomacy succeeds in preventing Russia from invading Ukraine yet again, this fighting, which has been raging since the last time Russia invaded Ukraine, will almost certainly continue. NATO leaders say that ending the fighting already happening here is a critical part of preventing further Russian aggression. With NATO so far refusing to send troops to Ukraine to fight, Ukraine insists it needs more help.
But the important issue that they need is additional.
NATO ain't sending no help.
That's what I gathered.
Yo, I think Putin is Candyman over there.
He got it.
It's lucky. That's why Putin surround them, because what's going on is Ukraine is not NATO as yet, and therefore America can't put the troops inside of Ukraine. So they have the troops on the outskirts with them other Romania and them other countries.
That
NATO. Yeah,
right.
So they can't go in to anytime America set foot in Ukraine, Putin is going to light it up, because he know anytime America reach there, they're right there on his back door. Yeah, it's a matter of time before Russia falls.
Candyman.
Yeah.
Listen,
Exactly
this
what's
turned
going
out to be the most gangster movie ever, boy.
Yeah.
He said NATO will not send troops, but Ukraine say we need help.
Right.
Listen, and they're holding that Kalashnikov. I know they're letting that AK fly.
Yeah. Now you know it is. Like, I mean, you're in a deep hole and you're trying to get help.
Listen,
No help
now you
coming.
know-
Okay.
Now they know how we
That
feel.
sound like a Negro. Yeah. That sound like a nigga right there for you.
Right.
Say, but we need help.
From the West, from our Western allies, potentially financial assistance. That's what we need to make sure that we will defend not only peace in this country, but peace in Europe.
As if to punctuate their point, more gunfire rings out. John.
Yeah, if you think Putin gonna lay down, wait until tonight.
It's a lot. If I looked up a quote. This is from President Woodrow Wilson. He said, "This is a war to end all wars." This will be that war right here.
Yeah. Putin said it. Putin said, "Yo, NATO forces is way bigger than his military, because it's all them countries come together.
Allied together. Yeah.
Yeah. But he said, I have a ton of nuclear power, and you know what I mean, it's gonna be bad. It ain't gonna be no winners in this. That's what
okay.
Putin
Also,
said.
too, like how he's saying, NATO is way bigger. The white man is the devil. All press says the devil. I'm not believing nothing he said.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't believing, like he's saying that, like, I don't got as much bodies as you, but I do got these, these things to blow the world into two back here.
Right.
But when that shit start, you might be surprised where all his allies really lie.
Yeah.
You gonna say something?
Yeah, no, like I said, it's so bad that I've seen a couple of videos and articles that Ukraine is training all the damn citizens. I've seen a video where women, where they normally would be in the village making bread, they in there assembling AKs and they in there learning how to shoot from the prone position. I'm like, God damn! I'm like, the scriptures is real.
They're gonna shoot each other.
Yeah,
Let's run on. Where they going? Where they going to get from?
They're gonna make bread. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make some bread.
Right.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So because of this now, Biden is just like you can read last part of that where they say he giving them 48 hours to roll out. I think it's right down there, the abrupt situation room meeting, or U.S. planning to pull observers from Ukraine. They want to send troops to Poland. Yikes.
If I could take real quick, sir.
Please.
So you can imagine the American oppressor, the colonizer over here, who has it comfortable, who gets to go to Starbucks, who gets to go to the stadiums, who gets to enjoy life to the fullest, go visit Yellowstone Park, Disney World, and all that, now having to face the reality of a thermonuclear war.
Yeah.
And that's dawning on them. Let me tell you something, that is dawning on them. And it should. It should sink into their conscience, their psyche, so deep to the point where they have to realize there's no way of getting around this. And that's what every Black and Latino and Native American Indian should ask of the Lord, to make sure it goes that way.
Yeah.
That's the only way you're gonna get some salvation. Somebody gotta get destroyed.
I see.
Absolutely. You're so right about that. If you can't find it, ain't no sweating them. So because of that, they're pulling all the people out.
I got that.
You got it?
Yeah, concept.
Yeah, let's get that
I can see
part.
the 48 hours to heart though, sir.
Okay, no sweat.
Couple kind.
U.S. planning to pull observers from Ukraine, send troops to Poland. The fears over an invasion has led to the U.S. planning to pull its impartial observers from the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe mission in Ukraine as the security environment deteriorates. Two sources familiar with the discussion said. The Biden administration is also discussing the possibility of further reducing the number of staff at the U.S. Embassy in Kiev. and pulling other U.S. government employees out of Ukraine amid new U.S. intelligence suggesting that Russia could move to attack Ukraine prior to the end of the Beijing Olympics next week. The U.S. has estimated that Russia has more than 100,000 troops near the Ukraine border, with thousands added just this week, according to an administration official. We're continuing to draw down our embassy, Blinken said during a press conference on Friday. We will continue that process. And we've also been very clear that any American citizens who remain in Ukraine should leave now. OSCE observers' main tasks are to observe and report in an impartial and objective way on the situation in Ukraine and to facilitate dialogue among all parties to the crisis, according to their website. They also have been responsible for tracking ceasefire violations in eastern Ukraine. The U.S. last month ordered the departure of diplomats' family members from the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv and allowed non-essential personnel to leave on a voluntary basis.
Yeah, that's hurry up and push the button, man. God. Just hurry up and push the goddamn button. Push the button. God. You send some them little minions, them minions cartoon them kids like to watch. Yeah, God. You gotta send them minions up in there, or them 3 penguins from Madagascar. Go up in there and mess everything up and get that war started. Yeah. Aye, Sarge. Right. Yes, sir. Driving that down and get the war started, man. We'll get the war started. Yeah, I mean these two.
And that's so funny, eh? With Putin saying they ain't trying to invade, but every day there's an increase of personnel on the border. God. Like if that ain't ISO for your oppressor for you, yeah, I mean, yep. Like he's showing you signs that he is trying to invade, but at the same time saying, nah, that's not what's on my agenda.
Right.
No, America coming and say, let's pull everybody out in what, 48 hours? You all better get out.
This is now you realize. Pay attention. Now you realize why Biden had to go rob $7 billion from them Afghans.
Yeah.
He got bullets to buy. Yeah. You know what I mean? He got them, them compressed food they like to send in the powdered food and the canned food. We about to go to war. You sitting down on this Afghan money frozen in your bank for what? To do what? To buy hummus,
right?
And make falafels,
right?
Nigga, I got wrongs to buy.
Yep.
I got bullets to buy. You know what I mean? So shit. Listen, the world is coming to an end. Grab yourself a drink. The Daha looked like he was drinking something tasty over there.
Yeah, definitely.
The way he drank it, he put that glass up and he kind of he looked like he was enjoying that shit right there. Look at himself, whatever the Daha drinking. I look like he drinking something good there too. It's like a nice meal. And sit down there with some nice young lady from the 12 tribes of Israel who give you feedback. And watch the movie that the Lord is bringing to this kingdom, boy.
That's right.
Right. You're Lord of hand for this, man. Let him turn off.
Yeah, definitely. It's falling. It's nice coming right now. The great $7 billion heist. The conflict on is that like Game of Thrones all over again, just in reality. Yeah, Game of Thrones in reality, brother. And we just in the cut here, just waiting on that, final invasion when we'll get to, sell you like, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna wrap it up there. It's a good night again, you know what I mean? Most in Christ. Right. To all of you for joining, tuning in with us, rocking with us late into the night. You know what I mean? Big up to Commander GEN.YAHANNA, hardest working man in Israel. Rocking it out. You know what I mean? We always hold it down. You know, Passover coming up. Big up General Q, always keeping us informed. I.S.U.P.K. presents 53rd Annual Lord's Passover, hosted by Commander GEN.YAHANNA, Florida, Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th. Pay your Passover fees, $200 for everybody 17 years and over. Y'all think that harsh? Send them, let them get paper out, man. Let them know if they still have paper routes.
Hey,
I don't know. But go make that money and bring it in.
Right.
So
Go
like
ahead,
that picture of General Kabbalah, that shit is hardcore right there. Look at that. You know what I'm saying?
That's that old school there. That's that
Christians don't know
that's
nothing about
chain
this.
mail.
Christians
That's
don't
that
know
chain
nothing
mail.
about that.
Nah, they ain't getting that shit.
Nah, hell no.
You know
That's
what
like I think that picture was my first Passover. I said, "Damn,
Yeah.
am I in the right place?" This cat got a whole chain link outfit on.
Yep. Yeah, that's the one. You know what I mean? And of course, you'll know in this link right here, this is where you could pay for your Passover that General Q put up. You know what I mean? Again, thank everybody for rocking with us. Adolphus last. You know what I mean? Let's clap it up. Yusuf, Israel, right? Amawana, Bahi Howard. You know what I mean? Who are General Q, of course. Tony Davis, Just Art and Paint, always there. Look no further. You know what I mean? I think this as soon as you start breaking it down about the Jones Act, this I'm assuming a brother came in.
I'll tell you what he said, if I may. It says, salute to you captains and all the warriors from the Most High, yeah. And all the warriors from the Most High.
Hey, salute to you, brother. You know what I mean? Which is good, which is good. You know what I mean? Everybody, I mean, who always on Bayana, Salaki Parakia, Yashar Banath, you know what I mean? Everybody who watching, you know what I mean? Dinesha, y'all always stay tuned, pay your tithes. You all know that's extremely important. 10% of all the earnings and increases must come into the priest of the Lord. That don't belong to you. That don't belong to you. And the Lord ain't like the oppressor who would take it out your check first. He wants you to come and bring it. He wants you to come and bring it. It's a sign of compliance and submitting to the Lord. Bring them tithes in.
Right.
Bring them tithes in before you don't have a job, and now you're asking us to pray for that. Pray that you get this job.
Right.
Right. Bring them tithes in. You'll know every Monday night, 9 p.m. Black Watch live with Commanding Gen.YAHANNA and the Heavy Hitters live. This Monday for sure. Before that show, he's gonna be doing Purim live. Y'all check it out. Commanding Gen.YAHANNA. And of course, he's inviting everybody down to Philly. If you can make it down. You know what I mean? If you could make it. Jeremiah Hyman got class every Monday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Again, this Monday going to be the Feast of Purim. Commanding Gen.YAHANNA going to be rocking with that one. But Thursday, he going to be on. You know, all schools, y'all know if y'all want to get on, just contact SHALAM. You know what I mean? He gonna get you in. Not everybody could fit every time. We're going to try to work you all in. General going to do them classes like that. And I think Purim this Monday is going to be like that too. Just contact Officer Ashagapan in New York if you want to be on. You know what I mean? Passover coming. You know, Purim is right Monday. Passover next. You'll get it together. Book that plane ticket. Get that car working right. Let's get down there and, you know, do it up for the Lord. You know what I mean? Yeah. With that, we're going to be out, Akim. Come through the West Coast, brother. Appreciate that. Captain Nash, you know what I mean? Good to have you all. I mean, we miss Kahan tonight. But Kahan will be on there next week, Lord allow. You know what I mean? Get everybody back in. All right. Yeah,
Hey, Shalom, y'all Bashim Yashar Brakatan, Yashar Malakan Bashim Yashar. Hey, listen, check this out. Commanding General Yahanna will be teaching the class live on Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. Listen, he's going to be breaking down the Fist of Purim as it was meant to be broken down, you know what I mean? Listen, the Fist of Purim is a very important part of our lives as blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. And Commanding General Yahanna is going to be breaking it down all the way flat for all people. You know what I mean? That's Monday, 14th February 2022 in Philadelphia. It's going to be 41 Garrett Road, Upper Darby, PA. You know what I mean? You can't miss it. We're going live. Join us. Commanding General Yahanna.
Home of the troops, the original zone, 1969. The game is afoot. Let's get it on.
We invite all our brothers and sisters to come down, man. Come down and enjoy the Fist of Purim with Commanding General Yahanna as he break it down. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The week of Passover is packed with exciting events, hosted by the I.S.U.P.K and Commanding General Yahanna. On Tuesday, a deep sea fishing trip with the generals. Arrival and boarding time at 7:30 a.m. The boat leaves at 8 a.m. sharp. Then on Wednesday, April 13th, join us for the annual lamb slaughter from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., making sure the children of Israel have fresh lamb for the Passover. Then, after that, the I.S.U.P.K is having a fish fry from 4 p.m. until, which will lead to the scripture breakdown class with General GEN.YAHANNA. Then, on Thursday morning, Hebrew Academy participants will see if they have what it takes to endure the Hebrew Academy trials. Commanding General Yahanna has something special lined up for the children with a children's party from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Come join Commanding General Yahanna on Cocoa Beach as we renew our oath unto the Lord.
Because he's supposed to understand the power of the Most High that would destroy him and will destroy him. Real soon. Read. That assuredly, knowing unto what oaths they had given credence, they might afterward be of good cheer. You hear that? They was of good cheer, gave an oath with the Lord as one, and became of good cheer while tens of thousands of Egyptians died. I know y'all don't like to talk about this, but you better put this war spirit back in you, Israel. You better get that spirit back in you, man. You better get that spirit of warfare back in you, because the Lord will put blood on the streets of America and around this world, brother.
Followed by a hotel ballroom, all black and Hebrew Academy dinner from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. And then on Friday, April 15th at 5 p.m., join us for the Lord's annual Passover as commanded in the Scriptures at 5 p.m. sharp. On Saturday, April 16th, the Feast of Unleavened Bread. That's right, we're going to keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Commanding General Yahanna has it all lined up for you, Israel. Come keep the Lord's Passover. Shalom.
I.S.U.P.K 53rd Annual Lord Passover.
53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida.
It's going down.
You're here tonight to get a chance to be righteous enough to be worthy of God coming to save you.
That's right. It's going down. The Lord's 53rd Annual Passover.
When we say we no cowards, we stop that business. We no cowards up in here.
Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, the IHG Hotel, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
Here's a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the
Comes with all your dishes, pots, and sports knives.
I kind of like this. This is like an apartment, and a hotel. You know what I mean? This here right here is about to be holy ground. It's going to be holy ground. All our beautiful, wonderful brothers and sisters from all over the world. You understand? We can boast that now. Brothers and sisters coming not only from every state, but from all over the world. I heard the numbers this year is ridiculous. We had to buy out the whole hotel.
Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
My camp undefeated. You cannot debate. You just want the clout. We just want the grades. I'm just trying to get it.
This is going to be Glorious.